Welcome back to Healthier Daily. I'm Dr. Ben Carter. We spend so much time talking about how to start our day right, the morning routines, the breakfast choices, the exercise. But what if I told you that the real battle for your memory, your clarity, and your brain health after 60 is actually won or lost in the dark while you sleep? The foundation for tomorrow is laid tonight. To explore this, we are once again joined by the esteemed Dr. Shigaki Hinohara. Dr. Hinohara, it's an honor. In your view, what is the single greatest mistake people make before they turn out the lights?
Thank you, Dr. Carter. It is a vital question. The greatest mistake is a form of neglect born from a deep misunderstanding of sleep. Most people believe that when they go to sleep, their brain simply shuts off. This could not be further from the truth. The body rests, yes, but the brain begins its most important work of the day, and the mistake is going to bed without preparing the brain for this work. It is, as I call it, the act of starving the brain before its most critical shift. Think of your brain as a great ancient library. All day visitors come and go, leaving books on tables, pulling volumes from shelves, creating clutter and disarray. When the library doors close for the night, the librarian does not go to sleep. He begins his real work. He must meticulously put every book back in its proper place. This is memory consolidation. He must repair the bindings on worn-out books and reinforce the shelves. This is neural repair. And most importantly, he must sweep away all the dust and debris accumulated during the day. This is the brain's waste clearance process. But what if you tell this librarian to work all night in the dark, with no food for energy, no tools for repair, no water to drink? He cannot do his job. He will perhaps do the bare minimum, leaving most of the books in messy piles. The dust will continue to gather in the corners. The library will not be ready for the next day. Night after night, if you starve your librarian, the library falls into a state of disrepair. This is what we do to our brains. This neglect is a slow erosion. It is a debt that compounds night after night. It doesn't feel like a catastrophe in one evening, but over months and years, it manifests as that persistent morning fog that takes hours to clear. It becomes the forgotten names, the misplaced keys, the reason you walked into a room only to stand there, confused. It's that feeling that your mind is always one step behind. You are not just tired, your brain is under-repaired. The quality of your day is born from the quiet of your night. And that quiet, that healing, must be intentionally prepared.
That is a truly powerful metaphor, the starved librarian. It reframes neglect not as a passive act, but an active denial of resources. Have you seen this in your own practice? A patient whose story truly brings this concept to life?
Many times. But one person I will never forget is a woman I will call Mrs. Sato. She came to me when she was 75 years old. For her entire life, Mrs. Sato was a master of ikebana, the Japanese art of flower arranging. It was more than a hobby for her. It was her language, her meditation, her way of expressing the beauty and impermanence of life. Her hands could create poetry with a single branch and a few blossoms. This was her ikigai, her reason for being. She did not come to me complaining of memory loss in the usual sense. She came to me because, as she described it, the world was losing its color. She would stand before her flowers, the same ones she had known for 60 years, and feel a sense of confusion. She would struggle to feel the harmony between a vibrant red camellia and a soft green leaf. She would forget the names of the flowers she had loved her whole life. But worse, she was losing the feeling, the spirit of the art. She told me with a deep sadness, "Doctor, my hands still know what to do, but my heart has forgotten why." The fire of her creativity, her very soul, felt like it was turning to gray ash. When I asked about her evenings, her story was one I have heard many times from well-intentioned people. Fearing weight gain and following modern advice, she had a small early dinner and refused to eat anything after 6 p.m. She would go to bed with a hollow feeling in her stomach, which she mistook for discipline. She would often lie awake for hours, feeling anxious, her mind racing, worrying about this strange new fog that was descending upon her life. She was doing exactly what we just discussed, sending her brain into its nightly battle with no provisions, no support, and a cloud of anxiety. I did not prescribe a complex medicine. I prescribed a simple ritual. I asked her to prepare a small cup of warm miso soup with a few pieces of soft tofu about an hour before bed. Before drinking it, she was to perform 5 minutes of slow, gentle stretches. And after, she was to sit quietly and write down one beautiful thing she had seen that day. The shape of a cloud, the taste of her tea, the pattern of rain on a window. It was a ritual to honor the end of the day. The first week, she reported only that she was sleeping a little better. By the second week, she said the mornings felt less foggy. But it was in the third week that the miracle happened. She called me, and I could hear she was weeping, but with tears of joy. She said she had walked into her garden that morning to cut a branch for her arrangement, and for the first time in over a year, the colors were singing to her again. The vibrant pink of the cherry blossom, the deep green of the pine, they were not just colors, they were emotions. Her brain, finally nourished, finally feeling safe, had not just repaired its ability to remember names, it had repaired her ability to feel beauty. It gave her back her art. So you see, this is the deepest meaning of the nightly ritual. It is not just so we can remember where we placed our keys. It is so we can remember our reason for waking up in the morning. It is to protect our ikigai from the slow gray fog of neglect.
That story is truly a testament to the power of small, intentional changes. It seems Mrs. Sato's healing wasn't from a single magic bullet, but from a complete ritual. To help our audience understand and apply this, let's break down that ritual. It appears to be built on 3 fundamental pillars. First, preparing the body. Second, calming the environment. And third, quieting the mind. Let's start with the first pillar, the body. Dr. Hinohara, you insisted that Mrs. Sato practice gentle movement before her nighttime nourishment. Why is that specific sequence so important?
That is an excellent question. In the East, we see the body as a vessel or a garden. You would not pour precious water and nutrients into a garden with hard, compacted soil. First, you must gently till the soil, loosen it, and make it receptive. Gentle movement before eating is this tilling of the soil. It awakens the body's energy channels, what we call kai or chi. It sends a message through the nervous system that says, prepare to receive. If you eat first, while the body is still tense and stagnant from the day, the nourishment is not fully accepted. It can sit heavily. But when you move first, you create a warm, welcoming space for the nourishment to enter. The movement itself is an invitation. Allow me to guide you through what I told Mrs. Sato to do. It takes no more than 5 minutes. First, find a comfortable place to sit or stand. Close your eyes for a moment. Begin with the neck. Slowly, gently, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel the stretch, but do not force it. Breathe. Return to center, and now the left ear to the left shoulder. Next, the shoulders. Inhale and lift your shoulders up towards your ears, as if you are carrying all the day's worries. Then, as you exhale, let them drop completely with a soft sigh. Do this 3 times. You are physically letting go of the day's tension. Finally, a gentle forward fold. From a seated position, simply allow your torso to hang forward, releasing your back and neck. Let gravity do the work. Just breathe into your back. After a minute, slowly roll back up. You have now tilled the soil. Your body is ready.
What you describe as tilling the soil aligns perfectly with our modern understanding of the autonomic nervous system. Our bodies have 2 main modes: the sympathetic, or fight or flight system, which is active when we're stressed and busy, and the parasympathetic, or rest and digest system. The gentle, mindful movements you just guided us through act as a powerful switch. They down-regulate the stress response and activate that rest and digest state. Physiologically, this increases blood flow to the digestive organs, preparing the stomach and intestines to efficiently absorb the nutrients you're about to consume. You're not just creating a feeling of welcome, you are creating a biological state of receptivity. So now that the body is prepared, what is the offering? What is the nourishment?
The offering should be like a warm, gentle whisper to the brain, not a loud shout. It must be warm, clean, and easy to digest. Remember, the goal is not to fill the stomach, but to signal safety and provide building blocks for repair. A small bowl of warm miso soup is ideal. The miso itself is a fermented food, which supports the health of the gut, what we call the second brain. Inside the soup, a few cubes of soft tofu. This is important. Tofu is a clean, light protein that does not burden the digestive system. Another excellent choice is a small piece of white fish, like cod, steamed with a little ginger to aid digestion, or even one soft-boiled egg. The key is what to avoid. Nothing cold, nothing heavy, nothing sugary, and nothing highly processed. These things create shock and confusion in a body that is preparing for rest. The food should feel like a warm, loving hand on your stomach.
The foods you recommend, tofu, fish, eggs, are scientifically perfect for this purpose. They are rich in an amino acid called L-tryptophan. Our bodies cannot make tryptophan. We must get it from food, and it is the direct precursor to the neurotransmitter serotonin. Serotonin is often called the feel-good chemical, but it's more of a everything is okay chemical. It regulates mood and promotes a sense of calm. Then, as darkness falls, the brain converts that very same serotonin into melatonin, the hormone that governs our sleep-wake cycle. So your warm offering is, in fact, providing the raw chemical material for the brain to create its own calming and sleep-inducing agents. It's a beautiful synergy of ancient wisdom and modern biochemistry. Now let's move to the second pillar. The body is nourished. What about the space around it?
The environment. You cannot expect to find peace in a chaotic space. You must create a sanctuary for sleep. This begins at least 30 minutes, preferably an hour, before you wish to be asleep. The first and most important step is to turn off the harsh blue lights, the television, the computer, the telephone. These are tools of the daytime. They scream at the brain, "Stay awake, be alert, there is information to process." This is the opposite of the message we want to send. Instead, switch to a soft, warm light. A small lamp or even a single candle. The quality of the light tells the brain what time it is. Then, reduce the noise. Allow a quiet stillness to settle over the home. Perhaps you open a window to let in the cool night air. The feeling you want to create is one of softness and slowness. This is a wonderful time to hold a physical book. The act of turning a paper page is a slow, rhythmic, tactile experience that a glowing screen can never replicate. The entire environment should whisper to you, the day is done. It is time for peace.
Again, the science is in complete agreement. The blue light emitted by our screens directly suppresses the pineal gland's ability to produce melatonin. It tricks the brain into thinking it's still midday, which disrupts the natural onset of sleep. By creating a dark, quiet, and cool environment, you are providing the essential external cues that your brain's internal clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, needs to initiate the sleep sequence. You are aligning your personal environment with the natural rhythm of the earth. This is all wonderfully practical. That brings us to the final and perhaps most important pillar. The body is nourished, the environment is calm. How do we quiet the internal chaos of the mind itself?
This is the final, most crucial step. It has two parts, the breath and the thought. First, the breath. The mind is like a wild horse, galloping with the thoughts and worries of the day. The breath is the rein. We use it to gently guide the horse back to the stable. I taught Mrs. Sato a simple technique called hara breathing. Sit comfortably. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your lower belly, your hara. As you breathe in through your nose, focus on letting your belly expand like a balloon. The hand on your chest should barely move. As you exhale slowly through your mouth, feel your belly gently fall. Make the exhale slightly longer than the inhale. Inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 6. Just 5 minutes of this breathing anchors your racing mind to the physical rhythm of your body. It is impossible to be anxious when you are breathing slowly and deeply from your center. After the breath has calmed the waves of the mind, we add the final ingredient, gratitude. This is not a passive feeling, it is an active practice. With a pen and paper, write down 3 specific things from your day for which you are grateful. It does not have to be grand. I am grateful for the warmth of the sun on my face this morning. I am grateful for the taste of my tea. I am grateful for the kind smile from the person at the market. By doing this, you are consciously directing your brain to scan for the good, not the threats. You are choosing to end your day by focusing on what is whole, not on what is broken. It is the most powerful signal of safety you can send to your nervous system.
Dr. Hinahara, what you have just described as ancient wisdom is now being validated by the most advanced neuroscience. The deep breathing you teach directly stimulates the vagus nerve, which is the main highway of the parasympathetic rest and digestive system. This action increases what we call heart rate variability, or HRV, which is a key indicator of a calm, resilient nervous system. And the practice of gratitude is even more profound. Studies using fMRI scans show that it activates the medial prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain associated with emotional regulation and reduced stress. It literally lowers the production of the stress hormone, cortisol. But here is the most exciting connection, the one that ties everything together. This state of deep parasympathetic calm that your ritual creates is the only state in which the brain's dedicated cleaning service, the glymphatic system, can truly function. During the day, our brain cells are packed tightly together. but during deep, restorative sleep, they actually shrink, opening up channels between them. The cerebrospinal fluid can then flow through these channels like a power wash, clearing away metabolic waste products that build up during the day, including the very beta amyloid plaques strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. So this beautiful, gentle ritual of movement, food, environment, and gratitude is not just making you feel good. It is creating the precise neurochemical and physiological environment your brain requires to heal itself, to consolidate memories, and to literally wash itself clean for the day ahead. It is the most essential maintenance we can possibly perform. Dr. Hinahara, this has been an incredibly enlightening journey through the science and soul of sleep. What you've laid out for us is a clear, actionable plan. It's not about magic, but about intention. By nourishing the body, calming the environment, and quieting the mind, these three pillars work together to send one unified, powerful signal to our brains. The day is over, you are safe, and now the work of healing can begin. It's a profound way to reframe our relationship with the night, moving from passive rest to active restoration. It's essentially learning to have a conversation with our own biology in a language it understands.
Yes, and that is the heart of it all. In our modern world, we are always searching for the new, the complex, the next great discovery that will save us. We look for a pill to help us sleep, a device to track our health, an expert to give us a complicated diet. But we forget the simple, timeless truths. True health is not a destination you arrive at through force. It is a garden you cultivate day by day and night by night, with small acts of consistency and respect. The body does not ask for complexity. It asks for rhythm. The mind does not ask for more stimulation. It asks for peace. We spend our entire day demanding things from our brain to focus, to remember, to solve problems. The nightly ritual is our chance to finally give something back. It is our offering of thanks. So, I wish to leave your audience with this one thought. We have a great fear of aging, a great fear that our memories will simply vanish like mist. But memory does not fade with age. It fades with neglect. Tonight and every night, before you sleep, remember your mind. Feed it, calm it, thank it, and it will remember you bright and clear in the morning. Please do not see this as another chore to add to your list. See this as an act of love for the most precious home you will ever have, your own mind and body.
An act of love. There is no more perfect way to say it. Dr. Hinahara, your wisdom is a gift, and we are deeply grateful for you sharing it with us today. And to all of you watching Healthier Daily, thank you for investing this time in your well-being. The knowledge shared here has the power to truly transform not just your nights, but the quality of all your waking days. If this conversation has offered you value, please show your support by giving this video a like. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the art and science of living well. And now we would love to hear from you. In the comments below, please share. What is one small part of this nightly ritual you are inspired to try tonight? I'm Dr. Ben Carter. Be well, sleep deeply, and we will see you next time.